What's up, Marvel fans? It is Thor's Day, and you know what that means. Tonight we are talking the MCU, and we are talking about Thor: Love and Thunder tonight. We've also got some Marvel Cinematic news, teasers, and speculation about what's to come for you, because Comic-Con is this week. So don't miss out. This is the FOMO Show, MCU edition. What's up, guys? I am Dylan.
Splash, splash. I'm kidding. Hi, I'm Quinn.
Flash. Oh, man. If they thought you were weird before, like you're on spider bite and medication, right?
Yes.
Oh, boy.
It doesn't feel great.
You made me thirsty.
Third time I've heard that today.
Really? By who, Quinn? Who are you over there making thirsty, man?
Nobody.
Wow.
Good thing Shay's not watching.
You're just about to blow up your phone right now. All right, so thanks for watching. So whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, whatever, please like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon so that you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and all that fun stuff. Also, just, if you decide, thanks for your support. Oh, they froze our chat again. Damn it.
Oh, man.
So don't forget to check out the website at www.broken.picturesnew.com. So just, stay healthy out there, and we're about to move on with the show.
Yeah. Happy belated birthday to my father. Oh, dear.
Sorry. It's like screaming. I wonder what's going on.
I don't know. You God. This is gonna be happening a lot. All right. So, cough sound. If you haven't left now, this is your last chance, because this is your spoiler alert. In this episode of the FOMO Show, we will be talking about Thor, Love, and Thunder. So if you haven't watched that, pause this, go buy a ticket, tomorrow, because movies are closed. Watch that, then come back. Unless you want to be spoiled, you have been warned.
All right. We're about to go full God mode as we jump into the Bifrost.
God, man.
About Thor, Love, and Thunder.
Yes.
So, Quinn, so if you haven't seen it yet, I gave a just out of the theater, quick, no spoiler review. Had some time to process and kind of chat with others and stuff. Haven't had a chance to watch it again, but some other thoughts rolling around.
Yes.
What about you, my man?
my initial reaction to it is I like the movie. There's nothing. I didn't see anything like one glaring thing that was overtly in my face that made me upset. But other than that, it was a fun ride. I enjoyed the show. It was a good old Taika Waititi movie. I said it wrong. Taika Waititi. Because it was... Yes.
It was a Taika movie.
It was a Taika movie. It was less Thor, but still... It was a Taika Waititi movie featuring Thor.
Basically.
Yes. Which is what we've been feeling in the Phase 4 movies.
Even though Ethan Hawke came out recently and said, still backing up what Scorsese said, that Marvel is not friendly to directors or doesn't give directors enough leeway. Or
as he's they really don't.
Yeah, as he's counting his Moon Knight money.
Yeah, I'm 2 shoot. You want me to come back for another season? I don't see how, but okay.
Oh, with the character we created just for my show? Okay.
That's fine. I'll be back.
Yeah, not enough leeway, you know.
So, besides Dylan being triggered by that every single time for the past 2 years, 3, yeah, it's. So, what would you now? You're in depth.
Do that the whole time. Because that's basically what the movie was.
I mean,
at first it was
real
like,
talk.
and then it was like, okay.
All right. What would you rate the movie now?
Now, I would say about a 7.
7?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, I don't think it was horrible. I think it was a good movie.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an amazing movie. It was no Thor Ragnarok, for sure.
Hard act to follow.
Exactly. But it was still a good movie. It's just, I think there was just a lot of expectation.
Yeah.
And rolling over it and thinking of like some of the things that I thought were silly and kind of over the top, like Thor's, like Stormbreaker having a personality and just kind of like floating around. I was like, what the hell? Like, what is this? Like, why? This is just like Taika going, you know, it'd be cool. That was a horrible accident.
You know, it'd be funny if we. No, that was even worse.
I was trying to do my.
Hello,
Bad meeting.
Wait, Jumanji, almost there. There it is. Okay, we'll go with this. Yes.
Jumanji. Bad meeting. I can't do a New Zealand accent right now. It'll just like come to me. But anyways, I feel like he was like, you know, it'd be cool.
Wait a minute.
Like just having that thing be alive.
Yes.
But to be fair, like Kevin Feige said, it was in there. Like the explanation was in there. So Stormbreaker is literally made from Groot's broken arm.
Yep.
What happens when you plant Groot in the ground?
He grows.
He grows into another Groot, right? What happened? He planted Stormbreaker
into the ground
and pulled it up. The thing had roots, like it's growing. It's alive now because it's got a mystical handle.
Yep.
An alien entity that is the handle. It's alive.
It's alive.
Yeah, it was just like, of course you did. Of course you did. Because, and it makes sense. It makes sense. It was just like, I need to go in with a different expectation and watch it again. Because granted the whole, every single song being Guns N' Roses except for the very end was fun. At first, it was like, well, I think like some of the jokes were just like overplayed, just like over and over, like, you know, like that whole thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay. It was funny. Haha, funny. Let's move on.
So my thought on that is, because the other thing that I noticed, so the ghost didn't bother me, and this other thing didn't bother me either. It's just the thing that pinged of the two things. I think either one or the other pinged, I feel like. They said shit a lot.
They did.
They said shit so much. Mm-hmm. And I think the balance to that is a screaming goat.
What?
Okay.
That's such a weird balance.
Follow my train of thought here. All right.
Okay.
Parent takes child to movie. Child is watching movie. Screaming goat. Child happy. Then 3 seconds later, well, what the shit was that? Then 4 seconds later, screaming goat. I mean,
I don't know. As a parent, though, I'd just be like, okay, if you're annoyed by so many times that your child is hearing shit, then the screaming goat is just going to set it off.
I feel like it is. To me, I'm like, I think this is their counterbalance to this. Because, I mean, Transformer, the second one, Revenge of the Fallen, it got a lot of flack for saying everything. But it wasn't. But it was just by, like, two characters. And there was no counterbalance to it. There was no screaming goat to these little tiny robots saying all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, typically in a Taika film, like our Flag Bean's Death, or Thor Ragnarok, or Jojo Rabbit, or Hunt for the not Hunt for the Wilder People. Hunt for the Wilder People. Am I thinking about that right? No. Anyways, typically there's a large heart, like thread of just like a lot of heart in the movie, and that kind of counterbalances the weirdness. You know what I mean? But I feel like nobody was there to, well, there was heart meant to be there, but I don't think it just didn't hit for me. Like, I didn't really care about Jane's story as much as I thought I should have, and I also felt removed from Gore's story, which I felt like both should have hit hard. And the elements were there, but for whatever reason they just didn't hit for me. Like, one thing somebody mentioned in a review was the balance, or how it was kind of like a metaphor for the working class, like the battle of the working class versus the rich, or whatever, you know.
It's far deeper than I wanted to go in this movie.
But I mean, it's there because like you're dealing with the gods who are so far removed from humanity, they don't care, and like I mean, the first
Omnipotent City,
the first scene, and they're talking about, you know, when is our next orgy and all that kind of stuff.
When's our next orgy?
And also, I just want to apologize. In my immediate review, I said it was a wholesome family film. I forgot the fact that he said orgy for like 5 minutes straight.
He really did.
He really did. And but but yeah, the elements there were there, but I didn't feel like they hit. Okay, I'm backtracking. So one of the great things about it was I heard in a review, like a breakdown, was talking about how, you know, the disconnect in the working class versus the rich and stuff like that, kind of like what we got going on in the world today, and like where the gods literally bleed gold. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Jane has to drink. She's got chemo. She's taking chemo, so she's got to poison herself to stay alive, while they're just bleeding gold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just bleeding prosperity and life and abundance, and you know what I mean?
I get you. I mean,
it's there. Like that's
it's
a
there.
powerful metaphor.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't feel like it didn't drive it home. You know what I mean?
Because Thor is also a god. I mean, it's not the same, you know.
But I mean, the thing is, like, so that kind of raises other questions too, because like all these gods bled gold. Is it certain gods? Because Thor, we've seen him bleed before. He bleeds red.
Yeah.
And in Thor 1, Odin straight up told him, it's like, we're not gods. You know, when he's talking to Loki, he was like, we live, we die, you know, all this stuff.
Because so I honestly feel like, and this literally doesn't matter because the show doesn't exist, quotations, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. explained, like, the easiest explanation that they had was, Asgardians are not gods. They are aliens with similar physiology to humans, but for whatever reason, their lifespan far exceeds ours. And because of the planet that they're from, that's why they have, you know, enhanced strength and all these other things, as well as, you know, they know magic.
They're different.
They're different. But then when you go over here to Zeus, I mean, Zeus looks like a regular human. He's doing thunderbolt tricks and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, like some of that was like over the top too. It was just like, okay, Russell Crowe, like,
I mean,
that's enough dancing. Like, we've seen it, okay, bro. I don't know. It's just like I enjoy like taking a joke and just pushing it just a little too far, just enough to kind of get that like that out of it. But it was just like that to the point where it's like, oh, okay, we get it, and it just kept going, and it was just like, okay, I'm annoyed now. Please stop. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It just wasn't funny anymore, and it annoyed me because I really wanted to enjoy it, and I was really looking forward to it, but there were certain jokes that just went on way too far. Too long, rather.
I mean, I guess I can feel that.
Like the orgy thing, like saying orgy so many times, obviously was purposeful. Because he said it so many times. And it's like, okay, I get it. And then like the whole intro and Zeus being Zeus and like over the top, and then him dancing with the bolt just to say no.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like it would have, I don't know, it just the dancing part went on way too long, and it was just like, okay. And then the screaming goat thing, it was just like, it was funny the first half of the movie, and now it's just like, okay, and now they're just going to like hit the planet and crumble, and it's like, okay, I'm not even enjoying this anymore at this point. It's not funny to
you
me.
were like more annoyed with the movie.
I was like at certain points I was annoyed, and I was annoyed that I was annoyed because I really like Taika and his movies. Like I have not seen a single thing of his that I did not like. And this one I just felt like it was Taika unfettered. Like I said before, it was just like nobody was there to buffer him and say, okay, you pull it back, rein it in just a little bit, because I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, you get somebody that has just a lot of personality and a lot of creativity, and you have to take them in doses. You know what I mean? And I feel it was just like I OD'd on Taika. You know what I mean?
I feel like the expectation for all the, pardon me, do the screaming thing. I'm good. Yeah, I feel like the expectation for all the Marvel.
That was a sound effect, by the way, I promise.
all the Marvel movies in this phase have been, COVID has been Marvel's worst enemy.
Yeah. I feel like, I thought I was the only one that was just kind of like having Marvel fatigue, which is saying something because, like, I mean, we do a show about it. Like, we're obviously fans and we love it and everything, and watch everything that they put out and keep up with it and all that kind of stuff. But apparently, like, I was watching some other breakdowns, and apparently, like, it's a thing. Like, a lot of people are experiencing this right now.
Yeah, and it was bound to happen. They just didn't know when it was gonna happen, but it happening. Like I just said, COVID was their worst enemy because they had to stop everything, and then once they started everything up, it then all came out in a giant wave.
Yeah, and they're literally like show movie, like all year long.
And then with that expectation of like seeing everything Marvel has done in the past 12 years, you're putting all this out so quickly, and it's like, okay, is any of this actually like really connected? And everything's kind of it's extra loose right now.
Yeah, and I feel like it possibly isn't, but because we're on to the next thing so immediately that we don't have time to go back and watch and rewatch and just
really look at it.
And just really process it, because like the watchability of the first saga is very high. Like there are a lot of movies where I could just go sit down and watch it again and really enjoy it. Like that I really want to go back and just watch again to see what plays, what I saw differently, or just because it's a good damn movie. You know what I mean? And with this one, it's just like, I mean, I want to watch Multiverse of Madness again. I liked it, but it's like,
you don't have to watch it again.
Yeah. It's like I feel like I saw it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because
go
ahead.
But I'm hoping after Comic-Con this weekend that all that's going to change. It's going to reframe everything, and it's going to be like, holy shit, what did I miss? Like, I got to go back and watch that. You know what I mean? And that spark is going to come back.
Babe Ruth it. I'm going to Babe Ruth it.
Do it again, man. He Babe Ruthed our Westworld show. on Sunday or Monday nights.
Monday night, yes.
Yeah,
Monday
so,
nights.
Yeah, if you're into Westworld, go back and watch that.
Go back and watch it.
Yeah, Babe Ruth did straight out the box.
Everything. I don't think that like anyone is this overly detailed. It could be, but
do you know people with OCD?
Yes. Kevin Feige kind of. How these movies felt like they, were the directors doing what the directors, how their movie style. Mm-hmm. But the only thing Kevin Feige said is like, I kind of want you to add like this little tweak in there that may, like, if you're watching the movie, it's something that doesn't make sense or that seems off, and like it not necessarily, it would look like retconning to us, but apparently like the whole entire time, that was like the little odd thread that was connecting everything, and it was a Kang making sure that everything goes the way he needs to, lining it up. So when it's ready, the little pinball machine goes off, and Kang sits right back in that chair, and he who remains returns. But I mean, that's because there's no outline thing of what we have, what's happening right now. Everything feels.
What's the thread?
Yeah, like what's the thread? And I feel like it's going to end up going back because they introduced timey-wimey stuff in game, so we know time travel's a thing. TVA is super time travel-y, and I think
so like even like the threads that we got seem disconnected and disjointed. Mm-hmm. Like how does like so the multiverse threads in or parallel universe or whatever threads in Loki, Spider-Man, and Multiverse of Madness still seem like different events, like disconnected.
Yep. it all felt super disconnected. The Spider-Man, only because it's Sony. Yeah. Multiverse of Madness, because
it's Morbin time.
Oh, Multiverse of Madness. See that's what's been happening.
Multiverse of
in Doctor Strange, I feel like it just didn't have enough time, but also
it should have been an extra 30 minutes. It should have been longer.
It should have been a little longer, but also the Doctor Strange movies, I feel like folks like them, but they're probably the hardest ones to digest. Also,
I mean, if you're judging by the first one, it's like everybody's familiar with Doctor Strange, and like the occult stuff kind of turns people off. People get into that, and they see him doing, all the hand signals, and they're like, oh, that's the devil, or whatever. But he's literally like, he's a wizard, whatever. He's a defender.
He's a defender.
He's a good guy. But sometimes that can turn people off, especially older people. The first Doctor Strange movie was a slow burn, but it was really, really good, and some people still don't like it because it didn't have just like, he straight up fought Dormammu.
Yep.
But they wanted the punches,
the full fight.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Infinity War, he's doing all that mess and everything. So.
Yeah. But as far as like Doctor Strange, if you know anything about Doctor Strange, it was spot on.
Yeah.
Like with how he operates and who he is. And Multiverse of Madness, I felt like they were trying to spice it up a little bit, I guess. But Scott Derrickson's still really good. If you haven't seen Black Phone, phenomenal, really good.
And then I feel like, once again, I feel like it fell victim to COVID and time and scheduling. I know they did reshoots, don't know what the reshoots were for, and it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. We thought...
Yeah, they always kind of schedule reshoots into stuff, especially with bigger films like this. So it's pretty normal now. Yeah. Doesn't necessarily mean it's bad.
So it's just... Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was the biggest oddity for me. As far as what it is, I enjoyed the movie. But out of everything, it felt like it was the one that should have been upfront about any type of other connections.
It should have been a big reveal.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of tied everything together.
That, like, yeah. And if it wasn't going to be there, I thought it could have been in Love and Thunder.
Yeah, because especially when you're because Loki did that for the TV shows, kind of tied everything together and shown like really where we were supposed to be going, and really gave us that Kang showed up.
Yep.
I mean, that was like huge.
Hugest thing.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, legacy characters like that. You expect that big connection to the greater thing, instead of just an intro, like with
a drop in the
Ms.
bucket.
Marvel or whatever. Yeah, even though Ms. Marvel had probably one of the biggest reveals.
Yeah,
like
really
at
did.
the last few seconds of the credits. Oh, by the way.
Yep.
But
so it's very strange. We're in a strange time. I tried to go into this movie with like I said, no expectations. Really, I kind of was like, I know it's going to be a good Thor movie. The only expectation I had is like, how much of the Guardians am I actually going to see?
yeah,
But I got enough to kind of see where they were in their headspace. They were the Guardians enough, but they weren't the full Guardians that we're going to see in Guardians 3 or in the Guardians special.
yeah.
So
Looking forward to those. It was a nice reminder that they're still here.
Yep.
Because the whole James Gunn thing, I think, threw things way out of whack too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the timing, like we should have already had Guardians 3.
Yep.
And you can imagine, the script has been done for so long. How many things that it was supposed to tie into are now flipped and not.
Everything's out of order.
Yeah, and that, like you said with COVID, same thing.
Yep. So also, this movie. So he's the first, the only of the 6 currently, the original 6, to have a fourth anything. A fourquel? A quapid? A quababy?
Quadrille?
So I think, so we have the first 3. We'll call that the Ragnarok trilogy. No, okay, fine.
Because
The
Ragnarok
Asgard-
was so different than Dark World.
The
and
Asgard
first
trilogy.
one. Okay.
Okay, the Asgard trilogy, and then this one is
The new Asgard trilogy.
this one is, I guess, the Love and Thunder trilogy, because the
He's a dad now. Like,
he's a
they
dad.
really like.
This is a new
everything.
origin story.
They changed a lot.
So I mean that. Yeah, I don't think they could have built on that mountain anymore, and I understand why they didn't, because they wanted it to be different, go off in a different direction, so he can have classic Thor adventures. Because if one of those end credit scenes was like Thor up there after him and the little girl like wipe out all the bad guys, and they're sitting there just kind of chilling and just sipping on some tea or whatever. What does it mean, sipping on tea? And then just need. Wow, I hope he is not giving that child need.
She's Asgardian. I mean,
A door opens behind, the camera still focused on Thor, and then you just see black hair, jacket, brother, I need your help. And then that's it. I feel
and they kind of tease. Or I'm sorry, finish your thought.
everybody would lost their mind.
I was gonna say they almost went there like so many times, like Jane showing up in Valhalla.
Yep.
And Heimdall is there. Like,
Yep.
where is this location?
Yeah.
I mean, Loki died in battle.
Loki.
2012 Loki should be there.
Yeah. He should be there.
Odin is there.
Odin's definitely there.
Maybe Frida. She didn't die in battle, but
she was killed in an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, yeah.
The Warriors 3, like, all these people could potentially come back just because this is a variant dimension or whatever it is. But that also kind of changes, like, how... okay, so it's just another variant afterworld, right? but it's also an afterworld that can be traversed back and forth because we saw that in Moon Knight,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So
somebody can reject the afterlife and come back.
they could literally bring anybody back
Yep.
at this point.
And then
Jane could come back.
Jane could come back.
They-
I hope she
maybe
does.
that's why Heimdall met her at the gates, because he's like, oh,
Because
not yet. You can't enter yet.
You're always welcome
you are-
here. And
Yeah.
I'm like, is there not more to the sentence?
Yeah, because in the comics she becomes Valkyrie.
Yep. So I mean,
And she's literally sent back by Odin, right?
yep. So
So-
I mean, they could be setting up some other things for later Thor movies.
Yeah. I honestly thought that Valkyrie was going to die.
Oh, me too.
And
Super,
that, and that was going to set up Jane coming back as Valkyrie.
Yep.
And maybe that scene instead of Heimdall, it could have been Valkyrie. It was like,
I need to ask you a favor.
Yeah,
Yep. Oh, that would have been cool.
yeah,
Oh man. But it's good to see Tessa Thompson still alive.
Yeah.
Or Valkyrie, yes.
one kidney less.
One kidney less, training the children.
Yeah,
And yeah, it did. The core of the movie was family. I think that's what the core of the movie was. I feel like it was because you had Heimdall's son.
the
Didn't know
family
he
that
was married.
Thor longed for.
The family that Thor longed for, that he thought he was gonna get, but then could never have, but then end up still having, also still because of Jane. He wanted a family with Jane, and he still got a family because of Jane.
Freaked out because she's human, and how does that work? He's gonna outlive her, and blah blah blah.
Yep.
But now
But now
she comes back as Valkyrie. She's Asgardian.
She's Asgardian. That physiology is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So they could have a happy family. So
And it did say Thor will return.
Thor will return. We
So,
don't
I
know
mean,
what
Thor
capacity.
5. What does that look like?
Yep. Or if he's coming back for another Avengers or Space Guardians. Why did I say Space Guardian? I want to say Space Avengers, but no, he's not a Space Avenger. I mean, he could possibly just if it's all good. If wherever Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel switch places, if you see a hammer flying through, I'll be like, that's adorable. So yeah, I mean that.
So I'm trying to think as far the Marvels and Guardians 3, like they're both out in space, but space is a huge place.
Super huge, because Miss Marvel didn't run into the Guardians as far as we know.
Right. And so that's where I'm curious is like if they might cross paths. I'm going to assume no, because
I don't
obviously-
think they'll cross paths, but I think they'll know where the other one is. On the off chance they do need to be like, fam, can you swing by here real quick? The more likelihood of the Guardians
Well,
saying,
yeah, because now
yeah.
they actually know each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't think she'll like really call the Guardians, because she is ridiculous. But, like,
Yeah, she's OP.
Yep. Do you know? So,
Well, she's on Earth now. So.
She's on Earth right now. Do you know she could have just took the gauntlet? This is a very super side note. So you have to watch it and you have to slow it down. I watched somebody slow it down and then circle exactly what happened, and it made my head hurt. When Thanos gets in Endgame, when he gets the gauntlet, it's this hand, and he's about to do the thing, and right before he does it, she grabs his hand and pulls it out. Every other point in time before that, the gems are still glowing. But when she grabs it, they stop because she's absorbing all the gamma radiation from them. So she could have just took the gauntlet and either just made it not work or just did and been fine.
Yeah. You're right. Because she's freaking... she's a living Tesseract.
Yep.
What the hell?
So instead, Doctor Strange is like, no, Tony, look at me. Tony!
Yeah, look! Miss, look at
I'm
him,
pointing
Captain
up,
Marvel.
fam!
Oh, man. That makes me almost hate Captain Marvel. Oh, man. Oh, now I'm mad.
So, now he's mad.
Man, it's like I was not on the Captain Marvel hate train. Now I kind of am. Because what was she doing? Where was she?
I mean, he like dropped it in his other hand and punched her.
She was too busy like eyeballing Peter Parker. What you got for me, Peter?
I mean, she literally just like blasted through a ship and was like unscathed. Not saying that ship is an Infinity Stone, but even a punch from Thanos with the Power Stone in his hand.
Yeah, she just shook it off.
She could, yeah, just shook it off. Let's go. Like right back at it.
She's freaking Captain Marvel.
Yeah. So that's just movie stuff.
Well, I was about to say didn't they confirm that Scarlet Witch is the most powerful
in the MCU? Yes.
Okay. I was about to say she's the most powerful.
She is
probably a close second.
She's a close second. If she needed to, she could push a planet out of its orbit. So I mean, there's that.
Yeah, I guess what makes Scarlet Witch more powerful is that she can literally destroy realities, create and destroy realities.
Yep, and on a whim.
Yeah,
turning someone like Black Bolt into Smush Melon.
What mouth, Mr. Anderson?
Yep.
How are you going to call the cops with no mouth? That was horrible. I'm tired, y'all. It's been a long day. It's been a long week.
It's been a long week for Dylan. Dylan has been doing a lot. So yeah, I think whatever Marvel movie comes out next, ooh.
That was another thing. Like Thor, like Gore the God Butcher. I didn't like. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's so terrifying." And it's like I didn't think he was that scary.
I thought he was well performed. I didn't think he was scary, except that one time he like jumped out of fucking nowhere. Sorry, my French, but yeah, he jumped out of like.
I gotta find it.
There was one point.
That's not the right one. We'll never be back because Quinn dropped the F-bomb and here it is.
Sorry. Cause he.
I almost didn't make it out if you saw that.
Because he.
Because of the Westworld show, it's all adult all the time.
All adult, all the time.
If you've seen Westworld, then you're okay with that.
When he was coming to take the kids, and it was kind of creepy. I was like, I did not sign up for this twice in a row. Don't be throwing horror mess in my movies again. But then it was fine. It was just good villain and Christian Bale being good.
Yeah, like I feel like he was close, but then he started with the "Hey kiddies," and I was just like, all I can see is like Dick Van Dyke. I was just like,
he's actually English.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't. I saw too much Christian Bale. I could not see Gore the God Butcher. All I saw was bald Christian Bale.
Because they couldn't get there. They had all their makeup for Gore went to paying Christian Bale. I feel like they're like, he'll sell it. Just paint him white.
Like they're
sorry, Ghost.
Yeah. I don't like. I wish they had like still had the tentacles and kind of made him kind of
gory.
Yeah. Like or at least put the hood on him or something to make him the hat. I don't know.
Something more ominous, more shadowy, more dark. I understand.
Yeah, he just looked like a white Kratos.
Kratos is white.
Oh well.
Skinny Kratos.
Yeah, black and white Kratos. I guess.
Okay. Yes, with yellow eyes.
Yeah.
I thought
yellow eyes. I swear he had yellow eyes.
I thought the teeth
Christmas
were a nice
story.
touch.
What? Those were his real teeth.
I know they weren't his real teeth.
What? Yeah, they were.
Huh? No, they were spiky.
No.
Yes.
Okay, they were his teeth, but they were painted.
No, his teeth were spiky. And then when he turned back human, they looked like our teeth.
Okay.
His teeth.
I just thought they were like rotten or something.
Oh no, they were spiky. So, I mean, Yeah, Gore did it for me for the most part. The Necrosword didn't do it for me. Necrosword annoyed the crap
The
out
Shadow
of me.
Sword.
Let's not. That sword annoyed the crap out of me, but it proves the same thing that. So, all right.
You gonna go there? Let's do it.
No, I'm not going there, Dylan.
Oh, come on. You just
no.
dip your toe in the water.
No.
Have I already been negative enough?
Just the tip. No. So, apparently, and this was proven in Infinity War and really Endgame, if you have a weapon that is made out of that dwarven metal, forgot the name of it already, you can pick up other weapons that were made from that same metal. It's nothing that they say out loud, but it is something that is in the MCU. I say this because this is the third time now this has happened. Unless Thor gives you permission to wield one of his hammers, everybody else who has picked up the hammer or was able to wield it has had a weapon that was made out of that same metal. First case was Thanos in Endgame. When they are fighting Thanos, homie smooths get a hold of goddamn Mjolnir and whackong on old Thor.
Oh. He obviously was not worthy.
No. But his sword was made out of the same dwarven metal. Because he had his sword and gauntlet made at the same time. So, yeah. Yeah. And the Necrosword apparently is also made from the same metal because Gore was able to wield Stormbreaker. Not like...
Well, Stormbreaker doesn't have an enchantment on it like Mjolnir either.
But you still have to be worthy. I mean, well, yes. I would say yes. Only because even with it being alive, it didn't want to be like wielded. And it got stuck there.
Unless you brought it a beer.
Unless you brought it a beer and dumped it on there. And Groot, and this is also another thing that's like not said out loud, so I mean, it could also not be true. But Groot was able to pick up the two pieces and prove that he was worthy by sacrificing his arm and to fuse them together.
I don't know. I don't think that Stormbreaker has an enchantment, and I honestly think anybody who can lift it can
pick it up. That's a problem. I feel like that's a problem.
That's a real problem, especially with it controlling the Bifrost.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a king's weapon. But
yeah. But yeah. But I keep saying, but yeah. Thor has the Odin Force because he can forgive his powers to other people.
Yeah, but he also used Zeus's
Thunderbolt
to do that.
But it came out in the shape of the Tree of Life, like the Asgardian.
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't think about that. But it was also yellow like Zeus's bolt.
I think he's having to use that to channel it. But yeah. Because even if he is... There's a lot of like a whole bunch of underlying things with this movie that aren't said out loud. And I think that's a thing with all the movies and some of the TV shows and stuff that's not said out loud.
Because if he legitimately has the Odin Force, then he should not have been struggling.
Yeah, he shouldn't have problems at all. But it's a movie, so he has to, I guess.
Well, because I mean, Zeus said that Gore had killed a couple lesser gods.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently, I mean, he treated Thor like he was a lesser god, but I mean, he's literally like
called him Odin's boy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if Odin is the king of the Asgardians. I mean, so just like Zeus is the leader of the Greek gods, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, there are thresholds in some other, like, you know, and in a lot of mythologies, there are thresholds to godhood.
Yeah.
Because you have demigods, you have lesser gods, and then you have greater gods, or deities. That's what they call them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess
The whole Percy Jackson thing.
Yes. So I guess it's just the qualifications of what makes you what. And it also depends, I guess. It obviously doesn't depend on how many people worship you, because in the beginning, all of Gore's people were wiped out from famine, and his god was still just kind of like, I'm here and I'm chilling.
Yeah, there'll always be more.
Yeah.
But at the same time, well,
I think it depends
it didn't seem like in the movie that their power was based on, because Zeus even said they don't even, like, we're a joke. They don't even go to us anymore. They just go to the superheroes.
Yeah.
And so, like, if that was the case, then Zeus would be
Powerless.
He would have lesser power, but he didn't seem to. He's still like, they're just doing our thing, and he just is what he is.
So, a lot more questions were raised in that regard. But, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I still have to say with the Necrosword, like, all you had to do, like, you have the drop of venom.
Yep.
You did that.
You did it. It's
but
there.
you couldn't make the Necrosword part of the symbiote and null and all that stuff either. Like,
no, I guess not. I mean, honestly,
they literally looked like it, but it wasn't. Like, it was
super,
unsaid.
Yeah. It was very
I guess
unsaid.
maybe they were leaving it open to retcon potentially.
Maybe. I mean, even if, like, Gore was there after he caught the kids, he's like, what's wrong? But you said something. And then you see the little drop just rolling on, being a cute little drop. And then it just, like, reaches up for the Necrosword, and he puts it down, and it just latches on. And it says nothing after that. And, like, the movie then continues to play out like it normally did. The Necrosword gets destroyed like it did, and then one of the end credit scenes is the dust of Necrosword, and then it just reforms, and then a hand grabs it.
Yeah. Well, because even, like, I need to go back and watch it again, obviously, but the first wielder of the Necrosword was a giant black dude. I mean, like, literally just like omni black, just like stark black.
Yeah.
Like, so who was that? Was that not Null, possibly?
Probably not.
Like, how are they going to just, I mean, surely not. How are they going to just kill Null off like that?
No.
But-
Snow is a menace and a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, shoot, that little drop itself could cause an incursion, because it's not of this world.
Yeah.
And
that's
if
true.
it then connects to the, bear with me here, it connected to the Necrosword becomes then officially the all black. It becomes a null sword. The shadows are all corrupted and become symbiotes, and it ends up being a tie, since it is technically a multidimensional weapon, a tie to the world of the symbiotes into this world, which is also a connection into
Right, because the Shadow Realm or whatever.
because of the Shadow Realm. But the Shadow Realm then becomes corrupted by its symbiotes, and it becomes a new symbiote world. And then from there, that causes a whole nother issue.
Okay, I can see that. I like that. But to be honest, like, I get that. That makes sense. That's fine. But why couldn't they just, like, I would rather them, like, at this point, you've got everything.
Yep.
But Spider-Man.
Everything but.
Why are you going to make a story that you can't have all the pieces to?
Yep.
Like, just do something else until you have everything. And then do it right.
Yeah, there was a lot more that could have happened. Thor could have, he still could have.
There's so many other Thor stories.
So many other Thor stories. They could have done the Thors. I mean, still.
No Beta Ray Bill at all. Like,
not one bit. Because yeah, it would have been really cool to have that scene of like him flying in the middle, Beta Ray Bill on the right with his hammer, Jane on the right with her hammer, and like they all going towards whatever they're fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe they didn't want to steal Jane's thunder, but
Diddle.
my bad. There we go. But I mean, I can see that it's Jane's story, but
You know how you.
so in the comics, is Gore's story and Jane's story parallel?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Because him and Thor have a massive, destructive, planet-rocking, am I reading a manga right now fight.
Didn't actually happen in the movie.
What didn't happen in the movie? It looked like it was about to. It looked like it was about to, but Jane and Valkyrie were there. And him and Thor, they wasn't one-on-one, and it's fine, but whatever. So, they had moments that they took, like, a panel or two where they had, like, that 2-3 second still of, like, that's shot by shot. But,
yeah. Because even, like, the battles, the fights, I feel like that they almost went there, but they didn't quite. I mean, the movie was a fun movie, don't get me wrong.
yeah.
But like Ragnarok, like it leaned into all that, and I felt like this movie leaned out of a lot of things, and that's disappointing.
So, the movie was
why start to tell a story that everybody knows and loves, and then not be able to tell that story? You know what I mean?
because you're starting a new one, I guess.
I mean, I get that everything is a remix and it's a new imagining, and you don't want to tell the same story twice.
Yeah.
But you made Endgame, which was like almost 100% fan service, and you can't give us a little bit.
Give us a little bit.
Give us a little bit.
They lower their glasses and it's like, that's what the TV shows are for, and then raise them back up and go back into the darkness. So, but it is what it is. The movie was not the worst Marvel movie ever created. We all know what that is.
No, yeah. What?
Huh?
Which one do you call?
What were you about to say?
I was wondering what you call it.
Let's say it on 3.
I'm trying to think. Oh, I know which one you're gonna say. Ones that I actually enjoyed. I mean, I don't know that any of them were just like trash.
None of them were trash. Everybody has their least favorite.
Yeah.
But none of the Marvel movies have just been straight out of the box absolute ass shit.
I was like, be careful, you've already got one F per PG-13. You can say shit a lot because Thor. And ass because we saw how much Hemsworth.
Bruh. So, and then apparently Hell is still out there somewhere.
Yeah, because hell. It's another dimension,
Yeah,
apparently.
it's another dimension.
Yeah.
And her power didn't thrive from Asgard, I guess. So, I don't think any of their powers actually thrive from Asgard besides Odin's. Oh.
I mean, maybe that's why Thor was not as powerful as like having the full Odin force.
Because he had to destroy Asgard.
Possibly.
He let Satyr destroy Asgard.
Yeah.
And he's just out there with his sword, chilling.
Yeah. Because I feel like even Ragnarok, like kind of like subverted expectations with certain things like that.
Yeah.
But it did it in such a way that you were all, you cheered for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this one, I don't know. I just didn't. I wasn't on board as much as I hoped I would. I just felt disconnected.
It's the way it's Phase 4. The Phase 4 can be Phase 4, the disconnect. Or, yeah.
And I mean, maybe that, like you said, maybe that's purposeful so they can go back and you know, they're threading the needle and they're going to go back and pull that thread tight and make everything line up.
Yep.
And that's the moment we're waiting for.
Yep.
But I don't know.
It would
I'm
be
hoping tomorrow, sometime this weekend, Comic-Con.
It would be disappointing, and I think this will be where I jump off a boat and I grab on my screaming goat. It would be a disappointing end to what was previously a triumphant saga, that the first phase out of the gate ends with no tie-up, no summary. Nothing that makes you really remember or feel like how you did for all of these other movies.
Right, because at the end of each phase and before, we had an Avengers movie.
Yep, or one to
like
start
a culmination.
it out.
And I honestly thought that Multiverse of Madness was going to be that.
And I mean, there was there's a whole bunch of stuff coming out now of all these folks they had lined up to show up, but it either was scheduling conflicts or didn't have enough time or got edited out or whatever it was. And so there's, however many other hours and minutes that's left on the cutting room floor. And they gave us the movie that they gave us, which wasn't a bad movie, but it was also unexpected.
It didn't reach expectations.
Yeah, it was probably the most unexpected movie for me, because it turned
this one,
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, keep going back.
Because Wanda was the villain, and that's.
Well, I expected Wanda to be the villain.
I expected Wanda to have a turn. Yeehaw!
Like a moment where she
turns to the dark side and fights
and she
Strange.
Vaders.
Yeah, and then she remembers what she's really fighting for, and then turns back. But not the villain the whole time. And her body count, fam,
Bruh,
was high.
She had no F's given.
Yeah. And since Doctor Strange,
it's this way.
and since Doctor Strange was his first movie, he fought an interdimensional near deity being, and fought him into submission by outwitting him.
Yeah. And now he's gonna go date his daughter, or
niece.
Excuse me.
So yeah, I'm just like, all right, man, it's fine. It was enjoyable, and that's kind of where I'm having to sit. It's like, I know I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah. I should never have gone into a Taika Waititi film with certain expectations. I think that one might be on me. But let's talk about those end credit scenes. And well, first what does it mean now that Thor's daughter, Love, her actual name was Love? I don't know. I was turned off by that too. I was just like, that's dumb. I get it. I see the connections and everything, but I was just like, okay, that's.
And now they're known throughout the galaxy as Love and Thunder.
Yeah. But so what does it mean now that she is basically the personification of eternity, and she's got these powers? Because in the comics, right? So eternity would gift its powers to its powers to a person, and that would be Captain Eternity, right?
Yep. And
so is she actually eternity, or is she like an empowered being, a being empowered by eternity's power? Because the scene when you see eternity, and then you see Love, and then you see Love's reflection, it looks like eternity.
She was dead.
Yes.
If she wasn't dead,
she's an eternal zombie, is what she is.
A little bit. If she wasn't dead, then I think it would have been different. But what are you looking at? What's wrong?
No, I was just trying to figure out what noise it's going to make. Sorry. Oh, that's the record scratch that I was looking for. last week.
Oh, she. Since he brought her back to life, I think that's why like she is now the personification of eternity, because it was not a living being, nor was her.
She's just hosting.
Yeah,
her body, her dead body, is hosting eternity.
She didn't have a body. We do not know how long the time from Gore becoming the God Butcher to from like his daughter dying to him meeting Thor. How much time actually?
That body was buried in the desert,
and that body was
rocks.
Yeah. So that body decomposed, nothing there. So eternity had to create from the atom, like an atom level, a whole new body, and then also be like, yeah, you're alive. I think I'll just chill out in here. So I think she is and isn't eternity. Because
thanks for the clarification, Gwen.
Yes, but it's gonna cause a problem.
Yeah,
because can she also grant wishes?
Right. And then what is the purpose? Like, what other than just to grow up as a child? But now she's eternity with the powers of eternity. Like,
does she actually?
What is the significance? Yeah, what is the significance of that?
Yeah. I guess that's like the thing that's going to tie it all together. I mean, if we're artifact hunting...
I mean, is she going to recognize Peter Quill? Has he seen eternity before?
Yeah. Ooh. Also for artifact hunting, her.
She's got an affinity, Uncle Peter.
Uncle Peter. Oh.
Yeah.
Her. I still feel like in each of these movies we're getting a piece of something that Kang needs to be Kang. Her. Not her, but I'm pointing at eternity.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's like, I thought you were pointing like one of the posters on the wall.
Oh, I know.
It's like, the GTA girl?
Yeah, he needs love. I mean...
Love is all you need.
Love is all you need. If he can take her power from her, or even a fraction of it, Kang would be a menace. He already is a menace.
It's already a...
But even more so,
traveler.
because how are you gonna stop eternity?
I mean, Adam Warlock's coming. I don't know. I'm just saying, like we are being introduced to more and more of these not godlike level, but I mean like God of God, like all powerful level entities. Like their eternity. Like we did get a brief visualization of eternity, and I think possibly even death and eternity. Eternity sister. I said eternity twice, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I'm like, you're asking me what eternity sister? Death?
So there were the statues in there, and there was a skull, which is probably Lady Death. And then we saw the Living Tribunal, and
a Watcher in the back, a Celestial.
Yeah, Watcher. Well, we saw the Celestial in Omnipotent City, but as far as like when they were in the Temple of Eternity.
Yeah, there was one of the statues that was a Celestial the one that got thrown.
Oh, that's right. But there was another one. Maybe it's Infinity that I'm thinking of.
Maybe. Oh yes.
Okay. Infinity.
Huh. What happens when the immovable force meets the unstoppable object?
Yeah. So I mean, we're meeting these even with Eternals, like these huge
split clouds. Grab people leave.
Yeah, I mean, I say God level, but I mean Thor is technically a god or whatever. But I mean, what level is this? You know, I mean, we've seen
Universal.
Zeus and we've seen Thor.
Universal.
Hey, thanks for following.
Thank you for following. It's a little tiny dinosaur dancing. This is odd. Yeah,
What's odd about that? You like dancing dinosaurs?
I don't have a problem with dancing dinosaurs. I just wasn't expecting a dancing dinosaur. But yeah, so a universal level, because they mess with the laws of the universe.
Yeah, like I guess creator level. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they also create and destroy.
We're definitely moving towards Secret Wars
Yeah,
for sure because all of this. The only thing they need to do now is sprinkle Doom in.
I feel like it's here.
Which rumors are that Doom is getting his own property before Fantastic Four.
Disgusting. Nothing against villains getting shows, but dang, just give me the horse. I want the Fantastic Four.
The horse?
Give me the horse. Doom is the cart.
Got you. Okay. I was like, Beta Ray Bill?
No.
Yeah, that too. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, real talk, whatever we see next, if you hear Molecule Man, just a mention of it. Doom's right next to him. He's going to be right behind him. Because Molecule Man, whether I'm hoping they stop killing villains. Molecule Man show up. He's going to get taken. He's going to wake up and he's... Oh, damn Molecule Man. This is horrible.
What?
I need your help. I'm not helping you, Doom. I don't know why he sounds like that. Leave me alone.
Why are you covering up your eyes?
Because I don't...
Because Doom's mask? Is that
No, you have it all.
Okay.
We need to stop an incursion. And then that's it. That's not how Doom sounds. But
yeah, I mean they are bringing like the incursion stopping team work together.
Yeah.
So many teams are being built up right now.
So, yeah, with incursions, you hear Molecule Man, Doom's gonna be right behind him, because Doom, as Doom does,
and they've already confirmed the existence of Doom in the same universe as Reed Richards.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're talking everything but Thor: Love and Thunder, but it's connected because it's
we hope.
These characters that were introduced in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
And we did talk about the Jane post-credit scene with Heimdall and how those characters, like, we could potentially have two Lokis.
Yep.
I mean, we've already got two Lokis.
We already got two Lokis.
You know, Sylvie.
Loki and his
Like, what are they going to call him?
girlfriend Loki. With the other second Loki?
Yeah.
I'm Loki 1, he's Loki 2. Why you give me Loki 1? Because I came first. You are from when Hulk smashed you into the ground. That doesn't matter. I grew more than you. Who says who? I have a girlfriend. Who? Me. Wait!
Oh, man. Wow.
So, yeah. Oh.
We're getting all the variants.
Yeah.
I think. Like in Loki season 2, we just need to visit Valhalla.
Yep.
Are they? Yeah, I was about to say, could they just merge somehow? Like,
I mean, you don't really know what happens when your past self meets your future self.
yeah, because technically, well, I was about to say they're the same variant, but not really anymore.
Not really
because
anymore.
That they explain the timeline, you know. Anyway, the other one that is huge for Thor moving forward.
Yeah.
Zeus is pissed. He wants to make Thor pay, and he wants the world to see the heroes fall and respect the gods again. So he sends.
Hey, listen!
I just randomly pushed play.
Hercules.
I thought I had a drum roll, but that's the rim shot.
Oh. Rim shot. Hercules. He said Hercules.
Yeah. Who is I just went blank on his name. Brett Goldstein, I think,
Yeah.
is his name, from Ted Lasso, who's amazing. Who's Roy? Damn it, Roy. Anyways,
Blackman?
no,
No.
that's not right.
I almost saying Blackman.
Roy from
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso, who's amazing. But if Thor: Love and Thunder didn't have enough CGI already,
Oh man, his whole
like this whole dude
hair down.
is
Yeah.
his head is
Yeah. There's plenty of like meaty bro meat.
okay, Quinn. Whatever floats your boat, my man.
There's a whole lot of like bro dudes.
Whatever
with-
does it for you.
A lot of dudes with bro bodies out there. That would definitely be
All about that bro meat.
all about that, bro. I'm going home. Yeah, I mean, who could have been Hercules? I'm sure I don't
Yeah, how many professional wrestlers out there would fit the bill
easily.
that are trying to become actors?
Yeah,
That doesn't mean they're great actors. Hercules is a pretty big character,
Yeah,
pretty good arc,
yeah.
but
I mean, it depends on what you want. Some of them are pretty like very good actors. I mean, shoot, you could have thrown different hair on Brock Lesnar and just said go at it, but or if you wanted to go, a different...
there's the obvious choice, which is Henry Cavill, but
Oh.
Henry Cavill's he's kind of got his toe in everything right now, and
Yeah, he needs to stick-
potentially bringing Superman back.
Yeah, he needs to stick his foot in that. That's what he needs to do.
He really does.
Because Ezra Miller's out, so whatever.
I don't know where that dude is.
Let's not even start.
Could he? I mean, he could. How many years is it going to be before Thor 5 comes out, and we see Hercules fighting Thor? I mean, you could fit another movie in there, right? I mean, but obviously there's got to be somebody else. Even though he'd probably do it.
Yeah. He could do it. He could do it easily. I don't know how they're... this will be the time that
He's
Beta
big
Ray-
enough. He's got the range.
Yeah.
Like, stand him up next to Thor.
Yep.
But I mean, I guess they're really trying to make Thor look tiny. I guess I don't know.
It's very weird. It's... He had a dad bod. He's gone through a lot of changes in the last, like, 3 times we've seen him.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth is a massive guy, but one of the great things about it is like he's all practical. They're not like CG in his muscles to make him look bigger
No.
or anything like that. It's like
It's there.
it's all him,
Yeah.
and that's what's impressive about his character. I guess are they going like full tongue in cheek with Hercules, like where it's just kind of like a laughable thing, where you don't really take him seriously, because it's going to be hard to take him serious, knowing he's the head of
Yeah.
Brett
Goldstein.
Goldstein. Yeah,
Just the face, the head.
this dude that's like 5'0" nothing.
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe
It's
that's
like you might as well just put Tom Cruise's face in there. I mean, it's about the same to me. It's like, why? I just don't understand. I mean, I understand why Taika would do it, but why would he allow Taika to do that?
I don't know. I hope we'll see.
And
Who knows? Maybe it'll
Why-
show up on everything.
why doesn't he have a Greek accent?
I will, father. I thought he did. Oh.
Did he?
He had some type of accent, but it was too short and not long. It was a short enough
It was
sentence.
so fast.
Yeah, that if you blink, you probably would have missed it.
Yeah.
They have
I don't
time
know.
to fix the CGI. They fix She-Hulks.
Yeah. Which is our next big show coming up
Yep.
next month, 17th, August 17th.
Wow. So many shows.
Yeah. That's the last big show for the year, as far as we know.
Turns out Black Panther's a 4-part miniseries.
Starring the CGI T'Challa.
Oh, dear God. But yeah. Werewolf by Night. Who knows what we'll see in that.
Yeah. Hopefully Moon Knight.
Hopefully no night. No expectations anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe Comic-Con will revitalize my hope for expectations.
Really,
but
really hoping so. And if I get a chance, we might try to live stream that or something. I would love to, but no promises.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we could just start a fund, like send us to Comic-Con next year.
Since Comic-Con next year.
Unfreeze our assets.
Please.
Send us to Comic-Con.
Send us to Comic-Con.
Make it
Fire?
Make it fire.
You
I
got,
don't know. I just wanted to see the fire one.
you got anything else?
No.
Okay.
All right,
All right.
guys. I'm delirious and I'm tired. I'm sorry. But yeah, man. Thor: Love and Thunder had some good parts. It had some not so great parts, but all in all, it was a fun movie.
Yep.
That's all we can ask. It's a comic book movie for kids. Is it for kids anymore? It's like there's Thor's ass and shit a whole lot. And orgies. Yeah. That's another thing. I said it was a wholesome family film. Everybody knew Thor's ass was going to be in it.
Oh. Yeah, that they put that in the trailer. Only part of the trailer I really saw was, why are they, what is going, how much are they going to show?
Apparently that was like one of the only things that Taika had planned from the beginning is to show his ass at some point. Yeah.
Ladies fainting.
Yeah.
Backers, like,
I'm surprised ladies aren't going to see this movie in record number.
ass and balls?
I don't think it went that far.
Oh. No.
Flick too hard, damn it. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got. You got anything else before whatever?
When's Aquaman 2 coming out?
Who cares?
There you go. There we go. At least
I'd rather watch The Deep Part 1 and Part 2
at least it's not Aquaman 2.
from the boys. Yeah.
I don't want to watch that goddamn. Have you watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Dylan?
That's why I was saying I would rather watch the Deeps movie than Aquaman 2.
The X-rated one or the... Alright, go continuing. The Boys is so weird. The creator of The Boys needs a hug.
It's
You know,
so dark and good though.
they turned the show down from what it was in the comics. And it's so,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright.
Anyway, all right, yeah. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope that you will join us live every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time ish. Please like, subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know when we drop new videos, when we go live, and when we yep, that's all. When we do fun stuff, I guess. So don't forget to check out the website www.broken.picturesno.com. I am Dylan.
I am Glenn.
And we'll see you next time. Peace.